Landing a project management role in Canada, the US, or in the UK can feel very daunting and overwhelming. Well, in this video, I'm going to be sharing how I and hundreds of my students have landed project management roles in Canada, in UK, and in US across various sectors. As an immigrant, it is possible, and I'm going to show you how today. So let's go. Hi, nice to have you again, and thank you for subbing. And if you're new here, hi, my name is Ogaga Johnson. I'm a project management professional, and on this channel I share everything about a career in project management, including life lessons from my project management career and business. So if you're interested in starting a career in project management or advancing your career in project management, then come on, let us learn together. So like I said, in this video, I'll be sharing how I and my students have been landing project management roles in Canada, the US, and the UK. So when you go into job searching, you're looking to transition, you're looking to land a role in project management, one of the first things that I do, and I tell my students as well to do, first of all, ensure you have your mindset on the right thing. Number one, don't let imposter syndrome mess up your mind and make you feel very small, very little, and make you believe that you cannot do it. Regardless of what the naysayers were saying, different people told me, hey, you're moving to Canada. Though I was already a project manager, that, hey, you're going to have to just start from the very beginning and all that. But I was saying, do you know what? That shouldn't be right, because it's the same project management in Nigeria, it's the same project management in the UK, it's the same practice. Now, the people are different because of different cultures, but it's the same fundamental principles. So do you know what I said? No. I am going to start my project management career in Canada from where I stopped to where I was coming from. I am not starting from bottom. And I tell you that, I kid you not, I landed a project manager role in Canada with an edtech company, despite the fact that I was living in a province that is not even popular. Like, it's not one of the large provinces in Atlantic Canada where they say there are no jobs, but I landed a job. And also, same with so many of my students. So first of all, your mindset is very important when you're looking for a job, when you're job searching, because if you think you cannot, most likely you will not. So first, if you're watching this video right now, I want you to tell yourself that I am the value. I have so much value to give to any company, any project that I work on. Perfect. So set your mind that you can do it. Tune out all the naysayers, tune out all the negativity, and just understand that this is what you want. You can achieve it. It's not I cannot, it is how can I, because I am possible. Okay? That is one thing you need to clear and set on the ground. Mindset. You can do it and you will do it. Okay? Perfect. Now, the second thing is skill mapping, okay? Because yes, we have set our mind that we can do it. It's now, okay, what do I have? That is skill mapping. What do I have now that I can leverage to land my project management job? Where are the gaps? What gaps do I need to fill in order to be adequately positioned in the job market in order to land my job? So next thing I did was skill mapping. What skills do I have? What experience do I have? What industries have I worked in? So for example, I'd worked in the tech industry, I'd worked in, big collaboration. So, and I knew a bit of education. I'd worked in tech. So I had experience working on, innovative projects, okay, forward-thinking projects, all right? So that's something I had, that industry knowledge. And then a project manager. I'd worked before in project management, okay? Now, if you have not worked in project management, just like my students, one thing I say is, have you worked on any project at all? Whether, even if it's an HR project, it doesn't matter. Even if it's a marketing project, it doesn't matter. You have worked on it. So identify your existing, project management experience. So I did that, identified it. I saw some gaps. So I'd not done the PMP at that time. And I knew that the PMP was very important in Canada, right? Remember, I did not go for certification first, guys, because I always say certifications do not land you jobs. I only saw what my gaps were. And in fact, I landed my job before I actually did my PMP certification. But that was one of the gaps that I identified at that time when I was mapping out my skills. And when I mapped out, I realized that, okay, I have the project management experience because I already had about 2.5 years of project management experience. And then I also had some industry knowledge working through the 2.5 years. So based off on that, I packaged, what I had, identified my gaps, and then, that skill mapping was done. So basically, I was able to identify what I had that I could offer a company. Because you know what? We all have value. Remember mindset. So identifying what value you actually have to offer. And if you don't have, enough value to offer for that role, because now maybe you're transitioning from accounting or HR or marketing or administration and you want to move to project management and you're like, hey, I don't have all the skills, then maybe you can consider, okay, maybe I can, find somewhere like a program where I can top up my skills to learn industry relevant skills in this project management and gain some hands-on experience so that this skills that I'm learning translate into application, because that's what hiring managers are looking for. Can you apply the skills and the knowledge you have in the workplace, right? Not just theoretical now, but can you actually use it to produce a result, okay? So did that skill mapping, identify the skills I had, identified my gaps, and boom, from that I realized that with what I had, I could go on and just apply for a role, okay? So number 3, the third thing I did was my job search strategy. I didn't want to have, because remember, my mindset is very important. I was going to protect my mindset. I didn't want to start applying for like 100, 200 jobs and then out of that one. I'm like, there must be a more strategic and better way to apply. So that is where I understood the concept of value proposition. I already identified my skills in my skill mapping. So what value was I bringing? What I thought about was, hey, I'm bringing diverse experience because, hey, I have experience, in Nigeria, I have experience in the UK, and I'm coming here. So I'm bringing a diverse perspective and I'm bringing a global experience to this field. So I'm not just going to be narrow-minded. I have exposure. So, that was my value. As an immigrant, sometimes we think that as an immigrant, we are at a disadvantage. But that idea of being an immigrant, coming with diverse perspective, could be your advantage. So don't disregard anything at all that you identify when you're skill mapping in terms of experience, in terms of knowledge, in terms of even lived experience. They're all important. So identify my value proposition, and I said, okay, I'm going to be applying to project management roles or roles similar to project management, because sometimes, how hiring managers are, they may not give the title of that role a project manager role, right? They may call it program manager, or they could call it, different names, basically. I just basically first of all, understood that this was the kind of role I was going to look for, something within the technology sector, because I'd been managing technology projects. So tech was what I was going to go into, okay? And I knew my skill sets that, even in project management, one thing I'm good at is stakeholder engagement. I'm good at budget management, very good at budget management and communication. So these 3 things were things I was looking for a job ad that were like, hammering on, hey, you need to be good at communication, you need to be good at stakeholder engagement, team management and leadership. I have intense people skills and then some form of budget management. So I saw some roles like that. So that's what my job search strategy was. Another job search strategy was, because of the province I was in, I knew that sometimes you don't really see the opportunities online. So I searched, where do people in this province put out their job ads? And I started following those recruitment companies. And Career Beacon was one place I realized a lot of people post their jobs as well as LinkedIn. So I had alerts for Career Beacon, alert in terms of job search, alerts for Career Beacon, for LinkedIn. And then also I followed these recruitment companies that were the top companies here in the province. And guess what? When the jobs were coming in, I was aware of it. I was able to filter them based on my job search strategy, and I started applying to these companies. I also followed companies that I felt like these were ideal companies in line where I wanted to work with, because if there's a job, I don't most likely post it on their LinkedIn. So why not? So I followed it. And then guess what? From there, I did the number 4 thing. And that is, I tailored my resume and my LinkedIn to reflect the kind of job that I wanted, which was project management role within the tech sector in my province. So I tailored my resume. I used my value proposition for my skill, mapping. I put it there. I put the fact that, I bring diverse perspective, global mindset. So because these are innovative companies, they want to do innovative things. So they wanted to show that they had, a team rather in their workforce that was very diverse and global. So I targeted companies like that. Eventually, I optimized my resume. I optimized my LinkedIn so that if the hiring manager goes to my LinkedIn to search who I am, they will see that what I've said that I am on my resume reflects what I've said on my LinkedIn. And if you want to know how to optimize your LinkedIn, or you want to know how to optimize your resume, I have videos that will pop up now that you could actually check as well. Moving on to number 5. So after sending out my job applications, my resume based on the jobs that were coming up, I got an interview you. Guys, I was so happy. I think I did only maybe 5, 6 or so applications and I got an interview because I was not just applying anyhow. I was applying to the jobs that were very close, like they were exactly me because I identified my value proposition, right? So, and that's what my students do as well. And that's why they don't have to apply over and over and over and over and over. With every 7 applications, at least an interview. That's it. And most likely that interview, they always get an offer, or if not that one, then the next one. So guys, the next thing was obviously I was invited for an interview. Now, one thing that I see lots of people, they're able to get the interviews, but they're not able to get the offer. And I feel like one missing thing is curiosity. When you're invited for an interview, the hiring manager wants to know that, hey, will this person help me deliver on the value or the result that I want this role to deliver? And are they curious enough, eager to learn? Like, would they be a burden to me, or would they help alleviate my burden? If you look like someone that will be a burden, you are not getting the role. So for me, I really wanted to show myself as an asset to the company, as an asset to the person who was hiring me. So I went to research on the company. I researched the company, guys. I researched every aspect I could find out. I went to read on them on Glassdoor, looked everywhere about them, and I looked at the role as well, the job description. Remember, read your job description top to bottom. Don't miss anything. Every line is important. And then based on that, I kind of got an idea of what the job was, trying to paint the picture of what this job will look like. But I also had questions because the job description will not give you every detail of the job. So I also had questions, curiosity. So when I was having the interview, when, asking questions, obviously I'll provide the answers because, I'd already aligned before I even applied. I aligned every aspect of the job description to the value I could provide. And the ones that I didn't really have something for in terms of like maybe the skill or the experience for in that job, I was able to put something like, oh, based on this experience, I feel like I'll be able to know how to do this, right? Because you shouldn't meet 100% of the requirements. In fact, that is just showing that you will not have room to grow. So I normally target at least 85% of meeting the requirements, and I apply because I know that the remaining 15, hey, that's room for me to grow. And I'm looking for career growth in my career journey. So anyway, I digress. I hope you're enjoying my story. Okay. So now I was so curious about this. So when it was now time to like ask questions, one of the questions I always ask in interviews, okay, is this a new role, or that's if the information wasn't there? Is this a new role, or was this role already existing? Someone just left? Because I want to know if you just created a new role, one full FTE. Do you know what it is for a company to bring out, 80K, 75K just to pay somebody for a year? It's a huge investment. So I wanted to know, why do you want to invest this money in somebody? What value do you want this role to bring? That's one question I always ask. What value do you want this role to bring? And I also ask, based on this role, like what would you say, if you look ahead of this role, I get the job and you look ahead, what would you say success looks like? What are the top 3 things that will make you say that, yes, this role, you were successful in it? I ask those questions, right? Because I'm actually curious about the role. I want to know what success looks like. And I want to evaluate if really this is where I want to work. I always look at interview as an opportunity for, yes, the hiring manager to know if I'm the right fit, but it's also an opportunity for me to know if that job is the right fit for where I'm going in my career. So because of that helps me to be confident. I was not afraid or nervous when I was going for my interview. Remember, mindset. I was very confident, and I portrayed that confidence to the hiring manager. Like, this is confident, oh, that's good, because you don't want someone who they have to be emotionally intelligent for, right? I'm not saying emotional intelligence is bad, but you want someone who at least, is strong, right? In a way, portraying that confidence that, hey, I can do it. If I don't know how to do it, I'll find out how to do it. So those kind of stories were some of the stories that I told during the interview. And I did 2 interviews, I believe, 2, and then I was given an offer. I landed a job. So let me go to my next point, which is number 6. When I got the offer, most times as an immigrant, when you get an offer, you are very grateful. And this is a lesson that I'm sharing now. So I didn't do this, but for my students and for, my next role that I got, I've been, doing this. I did not negotiate. I did not negotiate my offer. In fact, I was so grateful that they even thought that they gave me a very high amount. I think it was 70 to 75K then or something like that. And I was very grateful. Thank you. At least I did not have to start from the bottom. I'm starting with a project manager role. And guess what? I realized that, hey, the amount that I was even earning, right, was lower than what they had put. But obviously, what I asked for was low, first of all, because I didn't know. I just wanted to just give me the job. And then I realized that they even had I think up to 15K more than what I asked. But they just felt like, okay, let them just add 5K to what I had. So they still had 10K. Guys, always negotiate your offer. That's one thing, one lesson, huge lesson. And I've told all my students, and we always negotiate our offer. Because the worst they will tell you is no, we don't have up to that funding, right? And I tell you that even with my current job, I negotiated my offer and I got higher than what was offered, way higher. Because you need to negotiate your offer. Why? Because, hey, if you can get more, why leave money on the table? Literally, why? And also because you know that you're going to give your best in this role. So you might as well earn well for it. So that you're not frustrated, it's not painful to do the work. So that you're joyful while doing the work, okay? And basically, if you're going to do the work, negotiate your worth, basically. Negotiate what you feel like you're worth for that job. So always negotiate your offer, guys. Don't leave money on the table. The worst that you get is, oh no, we don't have the budget for that. And this is the best we can do. But maybe we'll put it to review in the next 6 months, right? And that's not bad. And not only salary will you negotiate, you can negotiate holidays. You can negotiate professional development budgets. You know, there's so many things. You can negotiate shares and stock options, depending on if it's a startup or, you know, fairly new company. So many things you can negotiate. You can even negotiate number of days of working and mode of working. So always negotiate your offer, right? Get the best deal, basically. That's one thing, all right? And then the final, but the most important of all, what I realized helped me in landing my job and has helped other students too that I've coached in landing their job is that always show your personality. People are robots nowadays. They use AI for everything, right? So sometimes it's hard for hiring managers to actually know the personality of different people because you're trying to be the perfect candidates. Hey, you are the perfect candidate. So don't try to be the perfect candidate. Let your personality show in your interview. And also let that personality be one of hunger. People will give you a chance. People will give you an opportunity if they see that you really want it. And I'm telling you that I've done lots of hiring and in interviews, right? Even when someone was not the best candidate, but I saw that they were hungry for it, I gave that person the role over someone who was more qualified. The reason is because I knew that someone who is hungry, actually because my business is a startup, right? Because then someone who is hungry will be eager to learn, will be eager to find ways to get things done. And I wanted someone who was hungry to grow, hungry for the opportunity, because then I know that they will give me the best in the room. And that's what I was looking for. So show your personality, show your hunger for the role. That is so important. In every role that I interview, I show them that, see, not only do I have the right skills for it, but I will do everything possible within my reach in order to ensure that whatever value you want from this role, you will get it and it will be a huge success. In fact, you get 10 times more from investing in paying for my salary or bringing me on board to work with you. Let that passion come for, let that hunger, let that personality show. So yeah, these 7 things were the things that really helped me to land my project management job and has helped so many more people that I've coached, hundreds, literally hundreds, to land project management jobs in the UK, in the US, and in Canada. And I hope that it helps you too. And if you are at the verge of giving up because you're just tired, you're an immigrant, you're tired, you're frustrated, I want you to hold on. I just want to say a short prayer for you. Dear Jesus, Lord, I thank you for this lovely person viewing this video now. And I pray that you continue to send encouragement, send courage, oh God, to this person, Lord. Let them not give up. Let them not give up. Let them push forward. And I pray that you will help them, even with this goal of transitioning into project management or just landing a meaningful and well-paying job, that you grant it to them and give them peace, oh God, in Jesus' name. Amen. So that is it for this video. If you have any questions, any comments, don't forget to drop it in the comment section. If you like this video, don't forget to like it, subscribe, share with everyone, let them know and let them benefit on this, and also so that they can land their own project management jobs. Yay! Thank you so much. And if you want to learn more about project management, then you'll like my next video. Click on it, watch it, and if you do so, I will see you in a few seconds. For now, bye.